with the same car.
Because he was coming in. I caught myself. And he goes, I got a bad vibration. I don't want to tear it up. I got my win. I'm happy with the night.
Yeah.
I'm going to park it. And I was like, good
Man,
call,
it was neat to see that first win for him because, I mean, truly, he has been on the verge of winning for so long. He deserved it. He drove a great race.
Yeah.
He fended off challenges from a couple really fast cars. It wasn't just like you got to the front and won it. He started 8th, guys, outside 4th row.
Well, that's what I say. He earned it.
He drove his way to the front, and he passed some very fast cars doing it.
And there was only 0.2 of a second between first and second.
Yeah, it was a good race.
He was
really
a man on a mission that night.
He was, no doubt. Fun to watch.
Oh, he was happy down there.
Oh, his I have never seen a smile that big on anybody's face the whole time they're doing the interview.
And what did he just post on Facebook the other day? People say I never smile enough, so here's a picture of me smiling. This was before he won that race. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
You know, I walked by his car down there.
Is that?
And I seen one guy standing out there with 3 phones, and all of them was live on Facebook.
yeah, I love it.
That
fun.
Facebook Live thing's a big thing, man.
All the cool kids are doing
Joey
it.
said the vibration was the drive line, and he said he won it because he slowed down.
Now, I think the vibration was his body just being
shaking from the adrenaline
I
rush.
think that was his knees shaking under the steering
Right.
wheel.
Let's move to the sportsman division. I'm going to talk about that. We had 11 cars show up. Okay. Like I said, Joey Cannon pulled double duty. He was 11th fast out of 11. You're running against a whole different class of cars.
Hold on, repeat that one more time.
Joey Cannon
No, what did you say?
was 11th fast out of 11.
Isn't that his number?
Mm-hmm.
It is. He was. Casey Rhodes was 10th. Clyde Rood was 9th. Eric Lindquist was 8th. Dave Still in the number 5 was 7th fast. Brian Brown in the 10 was 6th. Top 5 cars were this. The 25 of James Slover. 4th fast was Glenn Hackney in the 2. Jeff Rash was 3rd fast. 2nd fast, I've been telling you boys, I've been telling you to watch this car, the 2A of Andy Brashears.
Yep.
I've been saying it. That car, do not be surprised if that car wins a feature this year. There's another team that's right there on doing it. They're close.
Yeah.
And then, of course, your fast qualifier of the night was Ryan Emery. Listen to this. The top 2 qualifying times, top 2, 17.241 to a 17.321, 0.08.
You know, I really wish I could go to Ryan Emery's School of Smoothness. Because I seriously have never watched a car go around the track, and it looks like it's just so well orchestrated, well thought out, well planned, and it doesn't look like it's causing any effort, just goes around the track. It's really a neat car.
Well,
And every time he comes down the front straights, he's always waving.
Yeah,
with
he's
one
waving
hand.
at people like, I'm just having a good time.
I know. Heat race winner was James Slover. Heat race number 1, 6th place, Glenn Hackney. Dave Still was 5th. Alex Emery, the rookie, was 4th. Eric Lindquist was 3rd. Ryan Emery was 2nd. James Slover was the winner.
Yeah.
Heat race number 1. Heat race number 2, okay? Joey Cannon. Casey Rhodes was 5th. Clyde Rood 4th. Andy Brashears was 3rd, and he led some of that race. Jeff Rash was 2nd, and Brian Brown in the 10 picked up a heat race win.
Can I stop you for 1 second?
Absolutely.
Did we ever confirm that Glenn Hackney was the oldest main winner yet?
No, because that wasn't Glenn Hackney that won that race that night.
Oh.
We didn't get the info until about 2 weeks afterwards. They were laughing about it. That was Randy Boyd.
Because I was just thinking between the youngest and the oldest, that would have been a cool...
Yeah. Trophy Dash went like this. 4th place went to Glenn Hackney. 3rd was Andy Brashears in the 2A. Jeff Rash finished 2nd.
Flying Ryan
Emery got the win. 1.3 seconds.
Huh?
He got out there.
Yeah, it sounds like he had a good...
We had
Yep.
12 cars start the feature. And again, Joey Cannon pulled off on lap 8. Dave Still completed 23 of the 25 laps. Glenn Hackney was the last car in the lead lap. He finished 10th. Brian Brown was 9th. Casey Rhodes was 8th. Alex Emery finished 7th, started on the outside front row. Eric Lindquist finished 6th in the 333. Andy Brashears, in a very close contested race, was 5th. Clyde Rood was 4th. Jeff Rash finished 3rd. James Slover was 2nd, and the winner was Ryan Emery.
No surprise.
The 97 car, guys, if you're in that sportsman division.
I know, because, I mean, Rash's car has always been like that,
Right.
you know, so it's like this back and forth.
we talk about those guys a lot, but that 25 of Slover is capable of winning on any given night. The 2A of Brashears, mark my words, that guy's going to win a race where it's over. That 2A car it's getting very, very good.
I mean, let's be honest. People get tired of hearing the same things over and over, but it's not, the opportunity isn't there, and these things have been changing.
Right. There's two drivers. There's two drivers in this division that are going to get wins very, very soon.
Yeah.
One is going to be Brashears, and the other is going to be Eric Lindquist in that 333. The thing with that 333 car, I'm telling you, if you could can luck, put it on a shelf for sale, his can that he purchased would be empty. He's had the worst luck. It seems like when something happens, it's around that red car.
But
he's a good driver. He's fast.
Now look at Alex Emery. I mean, for a first year driving that car, he's doing good.
No doubt. I mean,
and I think, with a little more, and I'm sure he's got Ryan helping him doing a lot of stuff. I really think that he's going to be one of them.
He'll be in that division. It'll take a little bit of time to develop.
It takes time.
How it is.
Well,
right.
Yeah, I'm going through it.
Go ahead, Sam.
You'll see Lindquist, if there's a lot of cautions in that race, it gets him out of his rhythm, and it takes him a couple laps to get back into his rhythm.
He is a rhythm guy. You put him on a long run, you're absolutely right. He's one of those guys that are going to be up in the front running with that deal.
And he'll run you down. So it's one of those, it just kind of depends on how the night's going is how his night's going to go. And I think that really does affect his luck, per se.
Well, and that gets into, like I said, when you can't get in a rhythm, that gets in your head. You get frustrated. And,
you start trying to push the race because it's not happening as fast as you know it needs to.
Right. IMCA Sport Mods, boys. We had 12 of them qualify. And listen to this. A new track record of Willamette Speedway for the Sport Mods. And when I say new track record, I'm talking about annihilated it. We're talking 0.3 of a second. Okay? 0.3 of a second. That's a lot of time when you're breaking the track record. The new track record is held by Jordan Broughton in the 84.
And I didn't get to see...
I knew that was going to happen. We talked about this.
16.418.
I did not get to see the line he was running on that because I was down doing some other stuff.
Were you doing stuff with cameras?
No. I was talking to somebody.
This is what's funny about this deal, okay? When you've been around a long time, like a lot of us have, okay, and you're watching the track, you're watching the division, you kind of know a little bit of the history, and you got a feel for what, how things go down. Like we said earlier, the track was phenomenal, okay? We're up there watching. I'm calling lap times as they're coming across. I talk about Broughton's lap time. I look back at the screen. I thought, wait a second. I reach for my phone. I go into my file I'm looking up track records, right? Just as I'm doing that, Jeremy Means comes over and says, that might be a new track record for the Sport Mods. And I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure it is. The old track record, okay?
No, he's got to find it again.
No, it's right here.
This happened during the Hornets last year.
The old track record was held, this is Sport Mods we're talking about, was held by Brian Cooper, 16.723. It is now 16.418.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a big chunk.
That's a big chunk of time when you're talking about motorsports, boys. And just watching, but physically watching the lap, it's one of those deals where you knew, wait a second.
Yeah.
I know what we just watched. And just by watching the car, and we've talked about that 84 car and the forward bite and how, honestly, and I'm going to say this for the record, on the air, I said it in the interview, when he shows up at the racetrack, I don't care what division we're talking about, there is not another car in their division that is on point like that 84 car is. You watch that car on the exit, the car's up on the bars, it's driving, it's 3-point, but the car's digging, it's moving. You see the rear steer, you see the car working like a race car should. Into turn 3, that car sets down so nice and soft, just comes right back down, the car rotates, bam, pops right back up, gets on the bars, and he's out. That car is the best physically working car I have seen at that racetrack this year, period. In any division. It is phenomenal to watch this program that they have put together. And we're talking about some really good cars in all divisions. But that is the one car I watch that just works the way it's supposed to do every time it's on the track. Up on the bars, rotation, the rear steer, it just sets down. It's not slamming down. It just comes down nice and smooth, gets in the corner, turns, gets it where it wants it, got on the throttle, and just, that particular car and driver combination, if you watch it and you're new to racing, you're thinking, anybody can do that. I mean, that's how good their program is. That's their 5th win this year.
I don't know though. I'm gonna give them their props. I'd say it does rotate pretty well, but there's some other
Watch
cars.
that car all the way around the track, though. I'm talking about the whole lap, consistent lap after lap for the whole race. There is not a car at Willamette Speedway on any given night that works better than that 84 Sport Mod.
I guess there's certain things, and I'm not disagreeing with you on that, but the thing is that's the way I was just describing Ryan's car. It looks like it's just, you don't see him twitch, you don't see it spit.
But here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. And Ryan's car it's it's so against the rules of what a Rayburn car should be doing.
It's against the green.
Right.
Why does it
but
even
if you
work?
watch Ryan's car, and this is what bothers me about that car. So we're talking about race cars. We'll get back to the sport mods in a second.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about how race cars work, this is what bothers me about Ryan's car. You're right. It does work very, very well. It is a very fast car. Handles
why?
great. Because when you watch that car on the racetrack physically, it doesn't even do anything. The car is flat all the time.
It's like it's stuck to the ground,
It's
like a suction.
flat. It doesn't. The rear end doesn't come up. The rear end doesn't go
That's
down.
what I'm saying. You don't
the
see
car.
it.
I mean,
It just-
you might see it roll over to the right rear just a little bit. That car is so flat, you would think that car is going to push straight to the wall when it enters in the corner.
Yeah, it just like it has suction.
It's kind of an anomaly. I mean, it's.
Uh-oh. I don't know what that means.
An enigma.
Keep going.
I don't know. I can't use
against-
that word.
it defies logic.
Okay.
That car, and I even said that in the interview. I said the Rayburn Rayburns aren't designed to do what this car is doing on this track surface.
Yeah.
They're not. They're just not. But
It's just amazing.
as good as that car is, I still wouldn't put it in that
That same category as we're talking.
perfection category of Jordan Broughton, and that he does this every week.
I know.
I need a recliner is what I need.
I don't know. I've seen Colin's car rotate when I didn't think it was going to rotate, and I've seen Dustin Katie's car rotate smooth. Like, you're right. Jordan's a good combination, but
And this is a compliment to the guys that are. I mean,
I know.
You know,
I'm just saying. I wouldn't say it's. There's probably 5 cars that literally. Oh, I know. Every time. There's at least 5 cars, different divisions out there that their driver car combos, setup combos. Those cars look smooth. Jordan's one of them. Dustin Katie's one of them. Colin's one of them. Bryson.
well, there's no doubt. You're talking about elite drivers.
Yeah, but you were saying that Jordan overall
Yes.
is, so I'm sorry, I have to play devil's advocate.
That's
There's
okay.
a couple guys.
And I expect that from you, and that's all right. Opinions, I mean, and I'm not saying those guys are bad. Those guys are definitely, like I said, you're talking about the elite. You're talking about the best of the best. Those names you just mentioned: Campos, Weinbarger, Bryson James, Katie, Gray Ferrando. I mean, all of these guys that are really, really good.
Their cars rotate like that. They're
Not as smooth. The smoothness. This car is just like, okay, it's that mattress where you put the glass of wine on and somebody jumps up and down and the glass doesn't spill. That car, that's just.
Kind of looks like Flying Ryan's car.
Well, not really, because Ryan's car is so flat.
Ryan's car doesn't rotate.
It doesn't do anything.
You don't see it. Just comes around and it barely takes a set, and then it hits a straightaway, and it's a straight shot line. You watch it coming out of 2, it goes like this.
It makes no sense.
And it doesn't ever really come down. It doesn't really ever go up.
Right.
Jordan's car, it comes around off 2, and you're standing there and you're looking in 3, and it looks like it wants to slingshot right into your face.
Right.
That's what it looks like.
I mean, I agree.
Colin's car does that. Gray's car does that. Bryson's car does that. John's car does that. That's how I. Coming off of 2 is how I see it.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you on that. That's where I will judge a car on what it's doing on the forward bite and how it's really working, because that's where the cars I think are working hardest is from 2 down the backstretch right for entry of turn 3.
Mm-hmm. And if you've got it good in 2, you've probably figured out coming off of 4 and passing somebody up the stripe.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we had 12 cars qualified. Jordan Henry was 12th fast. Anthony Bentley made his debut in the Sport Modified, filling in for the number 12 car. Steven Sanders in the 8 finished 10th, or was qualified 10th. Isaac Sanders in the 12I was 9th. Doug Kaufman, 99C, was 8th.